I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly meltdowns coverage of Big Brother 25. Yes, people, it has started. Well, officially tomorrow, but we are going to break. The cast was released yesterday, and we are going to judge, and judge some more. If you're not into that sort of thing, you can go over to Rob Has a Podcast at any time. Because we're gonna tell it like it is, people. It's happening. This is happening. But I really think this year we've got a really good cast. It's very diverse. I'm very impressed. I only have a couple of hang-ups and hiccups to bitch about, which is very unusual for me. But trust me, I can find something to bitch about. The nicest person on the planet. Just give me 5 minutes. But we've got Tyler, Beth, Andrew, and Jackie here tonight. Each of us are going to pick 3. We get 3 picks. And then we have one rogue, which is probably, let's be honest, probably either going to be Red or Felicia. I don't know yet.
Listen, okay. So we have 15 picks, 16 house guests.
Did you just say Felicia is going to be the last pick?
I'm just saying she might be. I don't know.
No, I can say for the record, she will not be the last pick.
She's not in my last column.
Not in my last column.
Yeah, so with the last, like, whoever's like left over, we are giving to our patrons to root for the season. And you might think to yourself, like, oh, like that's a disadvantage. Like, last person drafted, like, probably not going to win, right? Well, that happened to us in BB Can 10, and Kevin went undrafted, and he ended up being the winner that season. So you just never know with these people. And our first impressions can and most likely will be very wrong. But I'm very excited to get into this cast. It is, on average, it is the oldest cast since Big Brother 10, the 3rd oldest cast overall. We have the 2nd oldest house guest in Big Brother history with Felicia, behind Jerry, of course. And like Allison said, lots of diversity. And I think, Beth, you said in the chat, like, these people just feel like real people instead of influencers. I definitely get that vibe too.
Definitely. I'm definitely feeling like this cast is like, I have watched not too many older seasons of Big Brother, and I feel like, this feels like an older season already. We haven't even seen it yet. So let's see if the cast lives up to that hype. But it definitely feels like this is less about getting influencers in and people who are going to watch the show because they have a big Instagram following, and more about people who just represent different walks of life, and people who have different aesthetics and vibes and are kind of true to themselves in any way that is. And I love that.
Yeah. And, you say older, and I agree with you as far as, like, it's giving me like BB2, BB4, BB6 kind of vibes, but yet modernized, right?
Yeah.
Like with that whole diversity taken into that wasn't cared about back then. So I feel that, yes, I agree. It's a traditional vibe, but still modernized in the way of who they selected.
Yeah.
Let's shout out to the chat. Kylan and Miri, Joseph Boza is in there. Let's see who else.
Eddie.
Who?
Eddie James.
I'm sorry, I'm scrolling down. Eddie James is in there. And guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We've really been looking forward to this. And I was joking about Felicia, by the way. Everyone calm the fuck down.
Well, no, it is a pattern of, like, older
we're
people.
gonna attack you for it. So
yeah. And also, Jackie, this is your first Big Brother draft with us, correct?
Wait, no, I did the last one.
She drafted last year.
Lost miserably.
I did not draft last year.
Oh, that's right. Okay, gotcha. Beth had to take a little breather from Big Brother. I totally get it. Everybody goes through it. But Beth, I'm glad that you're back with us as well.
I'm back.
Yes. All right. Well, any other pressing like first opinions on the cast before we get this ball rolling?
Let's just get into it, because I feel like there's a lot to say individually, so let's save the time for there.
I'm so excited. Okay, all right, here we go. So I'm gonna bring up the official draft board. So me as the winner of last year's draft, I just have to show this picture one more time before it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
This wonderful draft picture that Allison and Beth actually got me a T-shirt printed of it.
Yeah, are you wearing it?
I put it on for tonight's show, but I realized the print is on the back of the shirt, not the front. And I didn't want the fit to feel awkward for like, yeah, it was
on the back.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I didn't want to be uncomfy for the draft. So I'll share
Because
you
when
after
we look
the
at
show's
you
over.
wearing that shirt, we don't want to actually see it, but we want you to feel like
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
trying to
exactly.
give you your
Yeah,
roses.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I see your logic there.
Yeah.
But since I was the winner of the draft, I get to pick the draft order for
Mm-hmm.
us. So here we are, and there's a lot of speculation about like maybe we're gonna do like teams of like blue and pink. There's some conspiracy theories online, so I added a little pink into the draft and reformatted it to the 5 of us here. So this is the official order of the draft. I picked Jackie to go first. I'm going to go second. Allison third because she always gets angry if I put her last. And then Beth, and then Andrew, because I'm very curious what Andrew will do with 2 picks in a row. So we're going to do it snake
Me
style.
too.
So after
Please
Andrew
switch
goes,
Andrew and myself right here, like this.
oh yes, yeah. Sorry, there we go.
It's just gonna drive me crazy. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So this is snake style. So after Andrew goes, makes his first pick, he will make his second pick, then go to Beth, Allison, myself, and then Jackie. She will pick her second and then third pick, and then go back down the line. So Beth will have the final decision of the night.
No, I will.
Actually,
I
no,
will.
Andrew will, because we'll have he'll have his choice. So that's kind of nice to not have somebody
Decision
like
of the night.
just given to you, right? See, Andrew, I'm looking out for you.
Allison's always giving me the last pick
Did
in
I?
all of our drafts. Yeah, when we do Survivor and such. Actually, this last time I did it the other way around, where I was able to give you the last pick. But normally, Allison is giving me the last pick.
To be
Where
fair,
I
I love
I was
the
trying to
double
let
pick
you have
in the
2
middle.
people in a row.
Allison,
actually-
I said that to you. I said that to Allison last year, Big Brother, and she screamed at me. So you cannot use that excuse. Allison.
Well, I'm allowed.
Actually, this year, because I'm actually making the last decision because we're gonna have somebody left over. So technically, I am making the last decision. I'm not stuck with somebody this time.
No, it's me. I'm last.
I thought that you would choose. Oh no, I'm doing math incorrectly. I'm sorry. You're right.
You
are.
good? You good?
I'm all over the place.
You good?
Because what you just said made very, very little sense, but I'm with you now on the same.
Yeah.
No,
It's what I said originally, but then I was like, I'm wrong.
yeah, no, I'm just really dumb. Also, I'm drinking a margarita
Hell yeah.
in
This is a
honor of our
momentous
draft.
occasion.
Yes, I was like, I need to make sure I get loose for this.
I support it. All right, Jackie. So you, my dear, have the first pick of the night. First pick on the board. I did write down who I think everybody will pick for their first pick, so I'm excited to see how correct I am. I'm feeling there's a lot of pressure on me this year after last year's performance, so I just want to make sure I'm doing the best job possible. So I wrote everybody's picks down. But Jackie, enough about me. I want to hear who is your first pick. You're like the first pick off the board of the entire night. No pressure, but let's hear it.
By the way, Tyler, you have no pressure from me. As a matter of fact, you can lose this entire thing. You ain't got to pick. You can give me all of the picks.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I
All
like
right.
to
I got a
see
long way to
it.
go before I get to this next one. So,
Yeah.
and sorry, it definitely sounds like a Gymboree daycare back here. Sorry.
You good, you good.
So, okay, maybe you wrote this down, maybe you didn't, but I'm going for my stepson-in-law, Jared, as my number 1.
That is who I picked for you for your first pick.
You psychic.
All right, Jackie. So give us your opinions on Jared as I erase this background. That's there we go.
I wish I was in the house because I would know exactly whose son he is. He sounds
God.
like her. He
Yeah.
looks like her. I'm like, no way. I'm impressed with what he said. He's gonna try and downplay his threat level. No way. There's no way that he's gonna be able to do that. I don't think anybody will really figure out who he is unless there has to be like a serious Survivor fan in the house. I don't know, but
I think Corey will.
maybe Corey. Yeah, Corey might. But other than that, I think he's gonna do stupendous. I'm excited to watch him play. I think he might be a competition beast. I think he's gonna. I think he's brawn. Not to say that he's not smart, but I think he's definitely all brawn.
Yeah,
This-
Oh, go ahead, Beth.
I was just gonna say he was my top pick as well. He was who I was gonna go for. Was that who you had me slated for, Tyler?
No, I know who you're picking. I know who you're picking.
No. This was my top pick.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Was this who you had me slated for?
No.
Okay.
But so I'm really excited to see Jared play. Because, well, first of all, like the Suri connection of it all. Like, I'm so curious, like what advice Suri gave, especially off of her Traders win as well. He says that he's the youngest son of 11 kids. I didn't know that. I didn't know the Fields family was a field of children. But I think being the I don't know.
Oh
I'm
my
trying to be punny.
God.
But being
Stop
the
it.
youngest of 11, I feel like that. I feel like you kind of grow up like not having like any attention on yourself and really having to like fight for that spotlight. So maybe that could relate to like translate to like a good trait in the Big Brother house. He says he's not going to tell anyone that his mom is Suri, but I think the cat's going to be out of the bag pretty
Does
soon.
he look in the mirror often? I'm just
Right?
just hope nobody looks at your face and you'll be okay, Jared.
I would be in the house for 2 weeks. Like, who do you look like?
Be
My
like, I'm-
goodness.
And this
So-
show, I just want to point out, has been on every year of his life.
Yes.
Mm.
He's
Mhm.
25, so it's just
Crazy.
freaking me out.
So here's my thought, and I've got two things, and I feel the same way for him as I also do Corey, right? And I'm afraid that the Suri factor is going to hurt him a little more than it's going to help him. I think he's going to play too hard too early, and he's going to try to make too big of flashy moves to create his own name for himself, and that makes me nervous for him in the house. If he can get that tamed, I think he'll go far, but I'm just nervous about him trying to be himself and create his own name and not live in the shadow of his mother.
I think even just in like the 30-second video that I saw, he's incredibly emotionally intelligent and socially savvy. And I think he'll know his position pretty much at all times in the game and will know how to play it. And you can have no better mentor of how to slow roll a game than Suri Fields.
Yeah.
Jesus,
But
the
it's
youngest
easier.
of
It's
11.
easier when she's not there. It's harder when she's not there. The emotions can get the best of you in that house.
Oh, totally.
We'll see.
Absolutely. And this is
We'll
also a much longer game than Survivor is too. So, I mean, we have to keep that in mind.
He's also an exterminator. I just want to point that
Yeah.
out. He will
He
exterminate.
was seventh on my list, so he's not like at the bottom of my draft, but he was in the middle for me.
Yeah.
He's number 3 for me. All right. Well, it is my first pick of the night. I'm not picking my ultimate winner pick first because I'm going to risk it and hope that they are still around by the time it gets to me, which I'm very scared about, but I think this is going to work out. I want to take this person first because I don't think they're going to be here when they come back to me. So I'm going with, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing their name incorrectly, but Jag Baines.
Jag, yeah.
Yes. So he is the first, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this again, the first sick house guest to compete. I just really loved his bio talking about like he wants to build like a foundation of loyalty and trust with his like big alliance that he's going to work with. Because he says that building that loyalty and trust will translate to good jury management. So like he's already thinking ahead to like, how can I secure the votes at the end? He also seems like he's going to be very level-headed. He said he's not going to take any blindsides personally. He knows everyone is playing a game and will get blood on their hands. I just feel like this is a guy who is not going to be making emotional decisions or being at the center of like fights and drama. And I feel like this is going to be a very like drama filled, like cracked season. Like, I feel like we're going to get lots of messy gameplay. I don't really see like unproblematic behavior this season, but I just see like mess. And I don't think that Jag is going to be at the center of any of it. And I think it's going to be to his benefit. He says that he's going to lie and say he's a substitute and a Special Olympics coach as well, which I think is like two great careers to lie and say that you are, because I feel like it builds like empathy. So I don't know, just a lot of good traits that I see in Jag. So that's why I want to snag Jag first.
I really like Jag as a pick.
Yeah. He was one of my first ones too. So thanks for that.
Sorry.
He was 6th on my list. I was impressed with him. And I think the small town boy is going to come out and that kind of everybody knows, everybody loves everybody kind of feel. And yeah, I'm excited. I think he's going to be a great addition to the cast.
Andrew, we're twinsies. He was 6th on my list too.
He was 6 on my list as well.
Oh, look at that triplet.
He was third. He was third on mine.
Oh.
I know. But what gets me is like it's such a cliche, and don't slice my head off, but I just get so annoyed with people who just, it's a game. You're going to get blood on your hands. It's just a game. But everybody said, and then you get in there and it's not just a game. You got
That's
nothing
true.
to think about but game for 24 hours.
It is your life.
It's your life.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would wish someone would say, I know this is going to be my life for the next 99 days. And I'm probably going to have an out of body experience and be an asshole. But hey, it is what it is. Just own it and do your thing. But I like him. I liked him. So I like that. Co-sign that. So.
All right. All right, Allison, let's go ahead and hear your first pick of the night.
I want you to tell me who you think I picked.
I think that you're gonna go Tennessee strong and pick Red. But maybe
wrong.
because he reminds you of cornbread.
No, you're wrong.
All right, go ahead.
I thought about it though, but no. No,
It would have been a bold choice to choose that first.
Right.
When you probably can assume that none of us are going to choose him first.
You could get him in round 3.
Yeah.
Allison picks with her heart, though. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I just kind of I watched a 45-minute video yesterday, and it kind of was a collage of everything. And
I love that video.
I will forever be convinced that Blue was an alternate that was just replaced yesterday, because
For sure.
reading the interviews and everything, she only answers 2 questions, and everyone else is in the diary room, and she's like up against a concrete wall. It was very
Screaming
weird.
at me.
Yes,
She's against,
screaming.
she's against the exact wall that they took their photos at.
Yeah.
So I think it's,
Yeah.
So with that being said, my first pick is Cameron Harding.
Mhm.
Going completely full opposite. I was on the fence with him. He kind of looks like that guy from that 70s show, and I can't remember his name. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And most unfortunately, that actor's in prison for rape right now. So,
But he was giving rapey vibes. You're not wrong.
no, Cameron Harding, I like, after watching my little video, that it just made me feel calm and at ease. He's a stay-at-home dad.
Unemployed.
He's what'd you say?
Which is unemployed in Big Brother.
Yeah, he's unemployed, but you got to call it something. And I just liked him. I liked his vibe. I liked the way he sat. I liked the way he sat in the diary room chair and kept flipping his hair. I dig it. I was into it. He just kind of, I feel like anyone who's at home with young children all day long can pretty much handle anything.
That's big
Shit.
fact.
But I don't know. I don't really have a whole bunch. I just, he's a real fan of the show. He's not going to go in and brag about it and be all crazy, but he's not going to hide it either. He just seems real down to earth. He seems like he could put you on the block and have a conversation with you in the HOH room where you are thanking him for putting you on the block. I mean, I feel like he has a way, he may have a way with words and speaking to people. I don't see this guy really losing his temper and flying off. I feel like he and Jag could be in an alliance. I feel like they're going to be low key, kind of under the radar a little bit.
Mhm.
So, that's where I am with that.
He was number 3 on my list. I think it's a great pick. I get really good vibes from him. I get really good, calm, cool, collected vibes, like you said. I think he's going to be one of those in the middle, kind of calming things down and being like, whoa, 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 and backing things up. But I also think he has a good brain on him. I think it was a great pick. Like I said, I had him at number 3.
He's one of the people that I kind of went off who seems the most appreciative and the most really, I want to do this, bringing up, this was the silver anniversary and everything. And he knows it's going to be nuts and it's going to get crazy, and he welcomes every bit of it. I just really like that. So
For me, I had him at 9, and I think that he's going to get along really well with pretty much everybody in the house, but I think he's going to be a pushover in the game, and that's where I'm nervous for him.
I had the same thought, Beth. Like, he's very I feel like he's going to be a big softie, and I worry he's going to play too passive and let the game go by without him. Like, I don't see him giving like a Taylor Hale like victory speech at the end. You know what I mean? I just want to see some more like grit in him. I don't know. Maybe being
Kim Mattina
a dad.
also had him in her top 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Jackie, what do you think? What do you think about Cameron?
I was really hopeful like that something would happen in his interview questions. The only thing that kept standing out to me was how he was talking about how Julie Chen put him to sleep 3 times a week.
Yeah, that's
Like how much of a he was just giving me a little bit, like you all say mellow vibes. It was giving me a little creepy. Yes, if you're at home with kids all day, you're gonna be a little creepy to the rest of the world. So I think he'll be able to
Be a little creepy.
I mean, there's so much truth in what Jackie just
look.
said.
I'm at home with kids all day, so I mean, I'm hopeful that maybe his game will come alive. But I see where you all are coming from. That it's definitely a very mellow, like come see, come ça. Let's see what happens. But what if that could be to his detriment in like, he gets caught in having his hand in too many cookie jars because he's a passive player or because he's really warm and trying to be everyone's friend. After watching Coco Melon every day for so many years, you just become this person that I don't think he wants to be portrayed on TV.
Oh my gosh.
And I hope Julie never sees that he said that she put him to bed.
Don't worry, she doesn't watch anything.
She saw it. You know she saw that shit.
She's like, ew.
He said, make sure you put that in the reel.
To be fair, still, she's the one that continues to put out that her last name is Moonves after her husband was like not convicted, sorry, accused and like forced to step down. So like when it comes to creepy vibes, I think she welcomes them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's her favorite. Got it. Winner pick.
At least we know he was prayed over those 3 nights a week when he went to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
He went to bed
exactly.
with a blessing.
Amen to that. All right. Beth, let's do you want me to tell you who I think?
Yeah, who do you think I'm gonna choose?
I wrote down Izzy for you.
Not even close. No
Really?
way. No way.
I was so sure about this.
She's number 12 on my list. I'm just
Yeah, I
gonna be very
hope
open
that
about
she's
that.
not high on anybody's list, to be honest.
Yeah.
She's high on my list. She is high on my list.
I am
I'm so
shook
sorry.
right now.
She's
No,
4 on my list.
I am going. My
Wow.
first pick is it's a toss up for 2 different people. So I'm hoping Andrew doesn't choose either the other one that I don't choose, so I can come back and get this. But I'm going for is it Nicole or Nicole?
Nicole? I think it's Nicole.
Nicole. She to me kind of has like a very interesting package. I think that she has a lot of personality and drive and motivation. And as a political consultant, she's going to be able to understand strategy, how to say certain things to certain people's faces, how to save face, how to be aggressive and assertive in a game. Like I really, really like her vibe just all together. I think that it's somebody that she's somebody who can come into the game and do what she needs to do. And I think that she has the ability to play both strategically and emotionally, which I think you need a mixture of that in Big Brother. I don't think you can completely play without emotions and be only a strategist. And you can't play completely strategy-wise without considering emotion. So I think that she's somebody who's going to play a big balancing act. And for me, that's an attractive package in a person.
Yeah, I think all the same, like I had the same thoughts about like, her occupation is good. Like she will know how to like spin something to work in her favor. I was more down on her until I read that she recently got married. Because I was worried she was going to be like showmancy, like Sakia from BB18 or something like that. So the fact that she's married like gives me a lot more faith that she's going to be like eye on the prize and focus on winning the game. So I think this is a great pick, Beth.
Mm-hmm.
So on paper, when I just read the bios, she was my number 1.
Sure.
Okay.
On paper, before I watched the videos, she was my number 1. I get Omarosa vibes from this girl like crazy.
I love that.
I love Omarosa.
But when I heard her video, she dropped. And it's just because I think she's going to be very confrontational to a point of almost a Bailey.
Okay. I could see that.
And and I don't know how that's gonna play, right? I love her. I'm excited to watch her. I think she's great TV. I think she's gonna be great. Like I said, I get this just political consultant the way she talks.
Mhm.
I get very Omarosa, which is a compliment. Like that's a huge
Yeah.
compliment. I love Omarosa. I just am afraid, is she gonna be able to win? She's not gonna always pop off, but when she pops off, is she gonna be able to keep it in check?
I think that's really fair. I think the issue I had with watching just a few of the videos is that the majority of the cast wants to play in the middle, and I'm not about drafting someone first pick who wants to play in the middle and play it safe. So I want to go for somebody who's going, because 9 out of 10 times the person who gets first HOH or something like that is not actually going to go home next. There's notable exceptions in the past few seasons. But I do. Yeah, Frenchie. But I do think that she has what it takes to like organize an alliance and get it going. I definitely think you're right. I see her going to jury. I don't know how far into jury she goes, but I think that she's somebody who has a lot of grit. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Allison, what do you think?
Well, she said she's a mixture of Tiffany, Xavier, Brittany, Janelle, with a little bit of Tyra Banks. That's a lot.
If she ends up being a comp beast too, that'll be really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen very few images of her, but she looks like somebody who would take on a challenge, no problem. So we'll see.
Jackie, any thoughts?
She wasn't on my radar.
Yeah. Wasn't really on mine either. Sorry.
Oh, no, I apologize.
Like I said, on
I'm not
paper,
Nicole,
reading the bios, I was like, that's my first pick.
Mhm.
Done.
Mhm.
And then, I don't know, the videos rub me wrong.
Alrighty, Andrew.
I
Is it
still
your
don't know what
turn?
I'm going to do. So, I mean, of the 6 I have in my left column, 4 of them are still on the board. And I'm very much into my top 3. I'm going to go with my gut on the first one, and I still don't know what I'm going to do on the second one. So let's go ahead and do the first one. Kirsten.
Oh my God, that's my nephew Blake's first pick.
She's 5th on my list.
Kirsten,
Fourth on mine.
I just get this true, honest
Mhm.
vibe from her that comes through in her videos. And again, another one, on paper, she was way down. I was thinking, like, on paper, Amira, like this really smart molecular biologist, but doesn't have, like, maybe the social, because I think, like, Amira really struggled on that social strategic level. And the more I watched her videos, Tyler, was this who you had?
No, I had Riley for your first pick.
Okay, yeah, she's actually the last one on my list.
Okay, all right.
She's 14th on my list.
Well,
Riley is
don't
the
spoil.
last.
Don't spoil.
She's the last
Don't
one on my
influence me.
list. But I don't know. I just get this vibe from this girl, this woman that is just I'm obsessed. I think she's gonna be great. Kim Matina didn't agree with my first pick. And I don't know. I just have this. I love this woman, and I'm excited to see her play.
I worry that if she doesn't get power early, like first or second HOH, she's going to be really like sitting on her hands, like wanting to play. Like all of her answers, like really seem like she's like really itching to play. She said that she wants to align with strong people immediately and wants to steamroll the competition. Just a lot of like really. Like she is hungry for that Big Brother scrappy gameplay. But I am very impressed with her career as a molecular biologist. And I think it's impressive that she recognizes that carries like a reputation. So she wants to say that she's like a swimsuit designer instead. And she's originally from Dominica. So she's definitely had like an interesting life story and life journey.
I really like her as a pick. I agree. I can see her absolutely. She is somebody who's wants to play the middle, but not like let the game pass her by. She wants to have an active role in the middle. I could see her having the actual role of a floater, like a real floater, like somebody who floats to power and can maneuver that really effectively. You know, like the Andy Herons of the world and that kind of thing. Like I could see her playing that role really, really well. And I think that when I think of her almost like of recent seasons. I could see her almost being like a Hannah, I think that she would be really, really interesting to watch. Somebody who is influencing the decision, but not necessarily having her name on every single move, therefore not getting the blood, but also having an active role so she doesn't have the target. I think that she's a really great pick.
She also gave me like Tammy from Real World LA energy, which I'm always here to root for. So if that's what we get out of her, I'm really excited to see her play.
And do we know if it's Kirsten or Kirsten?
I have no idea.
I don't.
So I'm sorry if I'm like
No, that's okay. It's spelled like Kirsten McInnes from RHAP. So I'm gonna go with Kirsten until I hear otherwise, but I don't know.
Also, to add to it, H-Town, like that's here, right? Like Houston, Texas is her current city. That's me. So it felt right. It's the first pick. I'm excited about it. I think she's going to be great this season.
I just hate that she's going to lie about what she does and tell everyone she's a swimsuit designer. Like, why does she have to lie that she's you're a molecular biologist? Own it. Just say you like that.
You're Cherie Fields' son. Own it.
Yeah. Here's my thing. If you're a molecular biologist, that means you're smart when it comes to molecular biology. But that doesn't mean
you could be dumb when it comes to street smarts.
Yeah, it doesn't mean shit to me. So don't lie. I just hate that for her. I feel like she should walk in that house and go, bitch, I'm a molecular biologist. Okay? Fuck no.
I have no social skills. I'm really smart.
And look where I am. I got dropped here. So, be afraid. I just love it. I just wish that she would just, it is what it, but it is.
Jackie,
I'm not going to lie about what I do when I go in the Big Brother house. I answer phones for a gutter company and do accounting. I am a double threat.
See, I would never lie about what I do, but I might omit details. So I might be like, I work with students on an off-campus semester program, but I'm not necessarily going to be like, it's also my job to network and get them in with certain places, all that stuff, because that is very related to like networking in the game. So like, I agree with you. I don't know why molecular biology would be so.
I don't even know what that is. I would be like, what is that?
She wants to play hard. I'm telling you, like that's the only reason that she's lying about this, in my opinion.
She's playing from the time she walks through the door. I am a model. I am not smart. Yeah. Let's go.
And she really wants it to be more than $750,000. Like she brought that up 3 times during her interview. I mean, the biggest surprise of the 25th anniversary is it might be more than $750,000.
And I would go in and say I'm a teacher, but I wouldn't say I'm a speech and debate coach, right? Like I would.
Absolutely not.
That's true. I would say I'm a wedding photographer. I think that's a good career.
I'd be like, Andrew, you might be debating, but you're debating with children. I'm an adult.
Well, a lot of the people they cast are children.
27 and younger.
All right. Well, so Andrew, give us your next pick.
I don't know. I'm between 2. I'm going to go Hassan.
Damn, that was my next pick.
All right, give us the case for Hassan.
First off, geriatric, like let's go, right? Like this guy's got the patience of anybody in this house through and through. He's the only person that I also felt actually gave a strategy, right? I think the strategy is very ballsy and it's very like, if you can pull it off, it's great, but it's going to be really hard to pull that off. But I think that he can adapt. He seems very, very socially smart as well as book smart. And I think he's going to be very adaptable. I will say that it was between him and Matt for me, were my 2 toss-ups at this point in time that I was going back and forth for. And to me, he fit the full package better. And so, yeah, I'm impressed with him. I think his interview was great. And I was positive that you or Beth were going to pick him next, if not both of you. So that's another reason I grabbed him.
But is he going to tell people that he's a geriatric physician, or is he going to lie?
He's also a swimsuit model.
He models the swimsuits that Kirsten designs in this fake universe.
Imagine if all of them, like Red included, said that they were swimsuit models.
I'd die.
But no, I think Andrew, this is a great pick. And I'm happy to see like the gay man cast this season is not like a Frankie Grande type of archetype. Like we're getting like physician, gay Muslim who like goes to circuit parties on weekends type of vibe. I don't know. Like I feel like he's going to be very social. I like his age at 45 too. Like he's like right in the middle of like the older and younger. Like of course he's like on the older side, but I feel like he's got like a youthful energy about him, and I do like his strategy, as bold as it is. He basically described Jason and Danielle's strategy from season 3, which is like find a ride or die, split like house connections, so we're just like sharing like intel with each other, divide and conquer type of thing. So if that strategy works, it's a good one.
You know what I had planned if I had been in the Big Brother house, to work with him and Bowie. I don't know why. I just think that because I feel like I would just gravitate towards him because I am like every gay man's best friend, right, Tyler?
Facts.
So I would immediately like gravitate towards him, and I'd be like grabbing, but because I, whatever. But I just kind of like that is somebody that kind of stuck out to me that I would cling to.
I think if you're going to be a healthcare practitioner of some capacity, you have to be able to, especially one that works with a geriatric population, you have to have a high level of patience and emotional intelligence. You have to be able to be nimble and fluid and potentially repeat yourself multiple times and like those kind of things. And like seriously. And I think that he's somebody that,
you just described everything you and Tyler have to do in our friendship with me.
You're not wrong, Allison. This is actually how Tyler and I tell you that like we need to discuss some issues we're having. Okay,
on air, yeah,
on air. This is how it's happening. But I really, really liked him. It's clear that he's thought about the game, even if his strategy doesn't work out in the way that he would hope. I think that he's somebody that has a strategy that it involves relying on his skill set. My pick next it's going to be interesting because I'm trying to choose between two people as well. But before we move on, Jackie, do you have any thoughts on Hissam?
When he was speaking, I actually was thinking like late game Todd Bridges, like how his impact, how Hassan's impact is going to be throughout the entire game. I would love to have been able to see what, last few days Todd Bridges would have looked like in an entire game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm getting in his energy and in his strategy. And I'm like, this is gonna be interesting if he can ride the wave 99 days. I would love to see that.
For sure.
All right, Beth, let's go ahead and hear your next pick.
I'm really torn between two people. One who I think has a really interesting one who I think is going to have a really interesting strategy to rely on. The other one who has a strategy that I think is important to recognize, which is understanding who you are, and playing that up. And when you think about the people who have won Big Brother, they're more apt to be in that later camp. And so that's who I'm actually going to go for. I'm going to go for Corey. I know I'm a little biased because he's definitely going to try to play a Steve Moses game, I think. But he's very much aware of like how he's going to come across and how he needs to lean into that in order to form relationships. And the people who have been the most successful at either fighting their way out of the bottom, when you think about Taylor, I mean, Taylor leaned into who she was the entire season, right? When you think about Steve, when you think about all these different people, Ian's another Steve kind of character, right? Like these people who have a good perception of this is how I come across to people, and I'm going to use that to my advantage strategically and socially. These are going to be things that I have to do. He's the youngest in the house, so he can play the, I'm a child card. He can play the, I'm naive, that kind of thing. He can lower that threat level while simultaneously getting a lot of information. I think naturally, and I say this with love, and I hope Steve will understand this, but I think he's more socially savvy than Steve is. I think that Steve was not putting on a character. He just knew that he had to deal with that. Whereas I think that Corey will be playing it up a little bit more than Steve was. And so that could potentially come across as disingenuous. So that's my one worry with him. But I think that he, you know, his brother was already the first boot of Survivor, right? So if he's first boot of Big Brother, that'd be really funny. But just putting it out there.
He is he's the first house guest born after the show has begun. So that just goes to show you like how long this shit's been going, but also like this kid is so young. Like I feel like I'm gonna have the same issue with him that I had with Carson, is that like he is such a young buck who's like also like a super fan and ready to play, that he's gonna be like self-producing like way too much.
Totally.
So I hope that he can not do that, and I hope that he can just be a little more like I don't like less like golden retriever energy. You know what I mean? He always said, like, he keeps saying like he wants to like lower his threat level whenever he can. If you keep doing that throughout the game, you're going to be the one that has like no agency at the end, and nobody wants to vote for you in the end. So it's careful. It's a scary tightrope to walk on playing a game like that. So I don't know. We'll see.
He's the most connected coming into the house. And I say that from the aspect of he obviously has the Survivor connection with Jared, and Cameron's going to know Corey's going to know exactly who he is from the beginning, right? Like he's going to know that Sherifield's son. But also him and Luke are from the same town.
Oh,
him and Luke are both from Weston, Florida.
Interesting.
And so I feel like he's gonna be a good. I agree with everything Beth and Tyler's saying. I think he's gonna be there, but I think he's gonna just kind of ride that middle and ride his connections. And I don't know if he's gonna have a resume anywhere close towards the win. But that also means nothing in Big Brother. There's people with no resumes that win all the time, right?
Right.
I think he's definitely a late gamer. But I don't know if he's going to be just fun and exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Totally.
Jackie, what do you think?
I agree with you, Andrew. I think that he's not going to have the longest list of things, like a laundry list, but I think he'll be able to, if he makes it towards late game, I think he'll be able to create a small name for himself. I definitely think it'll be easy for him to make enemies in this game for sure. I think enemies are going to be there's going to be people that are going to be coming for him hardcore because of the bridges that he's going to burn for sure.
Allison, what do you think?
I don't know. He's got a list though. He says, I'm built. I'm 5'4" tall. I weigh 140 pounds. Face 9, body 6, IQ through the roof.
I think he's going to be charming.
What does that mean?
Like,
face 9. What is that?
He's giving himself a 9 out of a 10. He's joking around. He's saying that clearly.
That was a thing.
No. My face is a 9. My body's a 6. Like I think he's going to have a lot of charm that's like comes from that awkward kind of like somebody who's never been on the in crowd kind of.
Yeah, I also don't want to see little man syndrome shine through because look, I'm a little I can say that I'm a little bitty too, but I know guys that are under 5'6" got a little chip on their little attitude. It's gonna come out, and I hope he keeps that shit locked up. Your inner troll's got to stay in there, buddy. It's got to stay in there, but he's probably going to be a little bit of an overachiever when it comes to certain things. And because he's, you got a lot to make up for. But I'm not putting down little people, bitches, because I'm little too. Before anybody even starts, I can say it. But I'm 4'11".
Allison is about 3 feet. I can attest to that.
Confirm. We've taken photos together.
Listen, I still get
We
measured
lost her in the
at
candy
amusement
aisle.
parks. Okay? And dude, can you see me in a crowd? No, you can't.
We can hear you in a crowd.
Yeah, I'm armpit level. Just look at it. Yeah. Anyway.
I also put next to his name possible perpetual pawn.
Totally.
Yeah.
Perpetual what?
Pawn.
Pawn.
Oh, yeah.
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I also kind of see him as a Johnny Mac.
Yeah.
A little
hope
out
so.
there, a little out there with the vibe, kind of energetic, Not at all what you're expecting. I think that that's kind of him. Also, Pawn.
Pawn.
Pawns go home,
Okay.
but
Pawn.
here we
Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right, Allison. So my winner pick is still on the board, and I'm like so terrified that you're going to pick this person next. So
Who do you think I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
pick? Who do you think?
I don't just rip the band-aid
just
off.
tell
I'm
me.
so
Just
scared.
tell me.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm going with Bowie Jane.
That was
I
not my winner.
freaking love her. Everybody's like, oh, she's a DJ from Australia and she's been here 8 years and she's so ready. She's 45. I'll tell you when
So
she's
now you're doing
34.
UK.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But listen, here's the thing.
She's from Melbourne,
I love-
Australia.
She's a barrister. She's a freaking lawyer. And I don't think a lot of people realize that she's a lawyer. So I'm really into that / a DJ. And I just, again, super excited about Big Brother 25. She's my age. She's in my wheelhouse. I'm not down with her line about her age, though. Own that, girl. Own
Yeah.
it. I'm 46 years old, and I would go in there guns a-blazing. Bitches, I'm 46. I got not one grandbaby, but another on the way. I've been married 3 times, twice to the same guy, but that's still 3. But no, I just like her. I like her vibe. I can get on that. I really like. I don't know why I just said I could get on that. I'm not lesbian or anything.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think you should explore that a little bit more. Just kidding.
Oh, therapy.
Yeah, so I also think that like she actually could be like a comp threat too. Australian people are like built different. I'm telling y'all, like go watch a
Have you
season of
seen their
Australian
spiders?
go watch a season of Australian Survivor. Like
Yeah.
these people are just like supermen and superwomen. Like so I have high hopes for her to like take away some comps away from these guys. And I like her energy. I hope that she's not like Rockstar from BB20. Like I want her to have a little more agency in the game than her. You know what I mean?
I'm scared for her. I think she's going to be a Devon from BB16. She wants to come in and make a huge alliance. That's the number one thing that she wants to do. And I'm nervous that she's going to be like, let me now just bring in this person into this alliance. And like, she's going to make the Bomb Squad Part 2. Like, that's what I'm nervous with her.
So I think she thinks she's playing Australian Big Brother because a lot of her questions in her videos were very, and she mentioned America votes and all of this, but like I think that's where a lot of the strategy that she has planned is from Australian Big Brother, where big alliances can be more beneficial because it's just the nomination part of it, right? So I don't know. I just think that I'm not crazy about her. I'm not crazy about that. I think she's gonna be a big personality that doesn't know what she's doing.
Dude, they wrestle face hugger size tarantulas in Australia, Big Brother. I'm not even worried. I think she's gonna do great. Man, I just feel like we're all judging a book by a cover here.
I love she
her.
makes a deep run like this. It's a good season, right?
I would love her to go for. I love her as a person. I'm nervous for her as a player. I think.
I am too. I mean, I am nervous. I feel like people are going to take one look at her and just kind of, you know what I mean. And I just hate that, like the rock. Oh God, I don't even like Rockstar. God.
Jackie, what do you think about our Australian queen? Yeah,
she will definitely need to like tone down her threat level because she's going to be lovable. We all love her already, and that's a threat, let's just be honest. And she was actually my husband's first pick, and he was like, pick your agent number 2. And so yeah, I'm excited to see her go far. Hopefully, cross fingers, we'll see. But hopefully I
feel like she and Cameron, I could see them up late at night having late night shit.
Yes, whispers.
Yep.
I would love that.
Okay, Tyler, go ahead and take Matt.
Wait. Can I guess who you're going to choose?
He's taking Matt.
Matt, right?
Matt.
No.
Oh, interesting.
No.
Okay.
I'm not high on Matt. Okay, so this is my ultimate winner pick. BB Bean was like, why didn't you pick this person first? Because I hoped that this person was still around by the time it got to my second pick, and I'm so happy that he is. I'm going with Luke Valentine. Luke Valentine is my winner pick, ultimately, for Big Brother 25. And you might be wondering to yourself, Tyler, what do you see in this guy? And I see a lot of myself in him.
Yeah,
I do.
I can yourself.
He's
Tyler loves Tyler.
We're like the same age. He's an illustrator. I think that's a very like interesting career. He has that Florida connection to Cameron as well. He describes himself as a himbo, which is like a large, friendly, lovable guy. And I think if he plays up that energy, we could have like a jam type of gameplay and winner. He says that he's gonna hide that he's a Sagittarius. I'm curious what sign that he's going to tell people that he is. He's fit, but he's not like huge. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't come off like a meathead, like a Jesse from BB10 or something like that. He reminds me a lot of like Andrew Panda from the Real World DC. I know that's like a big like deep cut, but like I just feel like he's like I said earlier, like and kind of same thought process as Jag. I feel like this season is going to be cracked. Like we are not going to have a mastermind this season. We are not going to have somebody that's like running the game very well. I feel like we're going to be in for a really messy gameplay wise season. And like Jag, I don't think that Luke is going to be at the center of any like conflict or like getting caught in lies or like targets of like house meetings. I don't see Luke like being the one to call a house meeting either. I don't know, maybe like an Xavier type of winner as well, like for like a more like recent like Big Brother winner. I really like Luke's energy. I liked his bio, but I liked his energy even more when I watched the like video interviews as well. I really am high on Luke, and I think he could do very well.
You are absolutely underestimating what a Sagittarius is like. He will not be able to hide that. I'm sorry. Sagittarius is like the easiest sign to clock out of all of them. They're unpredictable. They're fun. They're loud. They're the life of the party. They make impulsive decisions. Like, I don't think he's going to be able to hide that. And I was speaking from an astrological standpoint before we went live. This month for everybody is going to be crazy. We're going to have whole bunch of different issues. I think this is going to make for such a messy pre-jury, and I'm so stoked for that. I think he's going to potentially be
makes sense.
One of those reasons why. Just saying. And Sagittarius are fire signs. I'm a fire sign. I'm a Leo. I totally get it, but we love ourselves, and I think that he's going to not potentially be able to look past what he wants and needs in a game. I don't know. I'm nervous about him making it to jury.
Well, I love astrology, but who goes in that? It says I'm not going to reveal my astrological sign.
Right?
That's I'm a Pisces. I'm telling everyone I'm a Capricorn. Like, I mean, who goes
could you imagine? I'm sorry, bitch. I would clock that. I'd be like, okay.
I feel like he's like trolling slightly about that, and I love good like troll energy. You know what I mean?
I've never heard that.
I'd rather you troll about your zodiac sign than your career, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So first off, I don't think it's hogwash. I don't lean into it as much as Beth does, but I think there's some truth to it. But so here's the story. Last night, I get in bed. My wife's taking a shower. She gets out. She's come into the shower. She looks at the TV. Luke is on it, and she goes, "When did they let Jeffrey Dahmer play Big Brother?"
Oh my God!
I thought the
He
same
had the
thing.
glasses on. He had the John Denver glasses on.
Can someone please edit right now? Tyler saying, "I think he looks like me. We're a lot like each other." And
Much like we
when did
are
we allow
mirror
Jeffrey Dahmer to
images.
play, and then have Jackie? That's the thing, because I need that in my life. Please, somebody do that. I will make a TikTok.
This is my favorite conversation with Tyler is when they revealed the cast. Oh, if I saw Luke, and the minute I saw him, that is me. If I had more hair and everything, that is totally me. And I'm like, that is going to be one of his.
Luke is me if I had hair and if I ate better.
Yeah, right.
Like, truly.
Because Tyler loves Tyler.
And to be fair, I get Brett vibes. I get.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the kind of personality that wins Big Brother. I don't think he's a late gamer. I think he's mid tier, maybe. And he might be ejected, or he might be eliminated night 1 for using a knife on someone's throat, like Krista season 2, right? I mean, my wife thinks we've got a serial killer in the house, so we never know what's going to happen with this guy.
Can
Someone needs to kill that shirt he's got on. I'm just gonna throw that up.
Oh, I love the shirt. I'm here for the shirt. I want if he and Bowie end up having an antagonistic relationship, BB20 all over again. Brett versus Rockstar. Holy shit!
Uh-huh.
Doesn't he kind of look like a blonde Cheyenne Jackson though? With the
I can see that.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Especially he has the eyebrow thing going on too, where he's like
Cheyenne Jackson and Jeffrey Dahmer have a baby. It's Luke Valentine.
All right.
But Jeffrey Dahmer was only in the diary room.
I need Jackie's thoughts. Like, am I totally off the radar here?
No, it's because this photo and then the diary room interview are giving two different sides of him. Yeah. So the photo is great, but the diary room interview was definitely giving Evan Peters. It wasn't necessarily like Foley Dahmer. It was giving Evan Peters as Dahmer.
Oh, okay.
So it was giving Method. It was giving,
the version.
Exactly. It wasn't giving true Dahmer. But I thought the same thing. I was like, wow, those glasses
it wasn't giving
are not working for him.
It's a fake Dahmer.
It was a fake Dahmer.
Fake out.
Dead.
It's Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh no, not that.
It's the Equate brand.
And moving on to Jackie's next pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Jackie, you have back-to-back picks. So you are rounding out your team here. So go ahead and give us your first of 2 picks.
So y'all took my number 2, Bowie, but that's okay. So my number 3, to go with my cousin Jared, I got to get my auntie Felicia.
Yes, Felicia.
I am the person to take Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
How many bye Felicia jokes? Yeah,
I'm ready
to hear that
all season. I just hope I don't actually have to say bye to her, but it's something about my aunties. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've seen this type cast of my auntie on so many different shows, and I don't know. There's gonna be one of 2 things. I'm hoping that she can give me a little bit of Cynthia Bailey, and that she can find her pocket and not ride that wave, but she can't take on a leadership role, but she's also a threat because I'm making an assumption that she's a survivor. All the pink, and then she got that taper haircut. I'm assuming that she's a survivor, so we're gonna hear her story. And that makes her a threat in my mind. If I'm sitting in a house and I'm listening to somebody who has really persevered, you got to go because you're stronger than I am. Mm-hmm. But I'm hoping that she sounds like she's an actual viewer and a fan to me, not a super fan, but she's watched at least the last 10 seasons, so probably more than me. She seems like a true fan, so I'm hoping that she'll be able to navigate through the house fairly well. I just don't want. What I'm hoping is that other people will get auntie from her, and then she can do like a Denise or Janet from Survivor, and everyone loves her because she's this maternal figure, and we'll keep her around because she gives us the warm and fuzzies, and not that she's a threat because she's so caring, smart, and loving, and an amazing human being. So that's what I'm hoping. So yes, I
love her.
Yeah,
I think that she's going to be. I think it's going to be prime entertainment to see her interacting with half of this house and living with them. And I think when you think about how many people leave the house and say things like, so-and-so is getting on my nerves because I stopped doing dishes, for example, or they were entitled or whatever. She's not going to let anybody get away with that. I can already tell she's got that energy. She's older, that she's going to be I'm sorry, we need to grow up, everybody. Let's please do the damn thing. And I think that she's going to be endearing enough where she's not coming across as the mom of the house, but she, like you said, she's the auntie. She's the one who's giving the advice. And I think people are going to seek comfort in her for sure. I know I would. If I were in that house and Felicia was there, I would be teaming up with Felicia, bar none. And I would love that.
I really want Jared and Felicia to have like a secret alliance, and I want Jared to kind of see like Sari in Felicia, and I want that to empower Felicia to play like a baller Sari Fields type of game.
Girl,
That's what I want from.
I could totally
from
see
Felicia.
me and Felicia sitting in the back in
That
the
would be
backyard,
feasible.
just
Talking shit.
I'd be like, girl, come on, let's go. We got. I need you. We got to go in the back right now. Something just happened, and I got to talk about it.
That's powerful, though. That's a powerful skill to have. Like being the
like I
person
can.
that like
These kids in this house think they'll pull bitch, please. Like I could just see. I would love it. I would love
I'm
it.
seeing
Can I just-
Felicia in red.
Oh, okay.
Doing that.
Matt in the chat says that he sees Felicia and Hassam, and I could see that. I also see, I think Felicia and Cameron. I don't know why. I just get this like chill middle almost where like,
And the fact that we're seeing Felicia with everyone is why she's going to be so strong in this game.
I agree.
And here's my thing. Like, she was high on my list. And in the event that she was a little younger and I didn't have this stigma of just how older people do in Big Brother, she would have been a lot higher on my list.
Yeah.
She is Danielle Reyes if Danielle Reyes was this age. And I can see the wash your damn hands coming from Felicia like we got it from Danielle Reyes, right? Allison, Tyler, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Y'all are the pre-Big Brother. And I really see that playing her. I think she's going to be strategic. I think she's going to be social. And I think nobody's going to want to vote her out.
Yeah. And she's very when she was talking about like, I'm very clean. I don't know how it's going to be, living in a girl. Same. Like, pick your shit up. That's why there's so many damn ants in this house. I mean, at this point, they have more gameplay than the people in the house because they're always there because nobody picks up shit.
They never get voted out.
I hate a mess.
All right. So Jackie, go ahead and give us your last pick of the night.
Okay, so my fourth was Kirsten. Y'all took that. My fifth was Cameron. Y'all took that. So now I'm down to my number 6 pick, which is Izzy.
Ooh.
All right.
I have a soft spot for flautists and for instrumentalists. I perused around Izzy's Instagram, and Izzy's the truth. Anybody who has like an artist page, and as a collegiate musician or like a professional musician, not like your Instagram, but like you have this professional music website that you learned how to put together in your grad school. I just respect. So I that was literally I like the face. I'm drawn to Izzy's personality, and I support musicians. So that was just a random for me on 6. So
I think the reason why
to me the Izzy hate, and I'm hoping this gets into your question. I don't get why everyone is hating her.
I'll tell you why people are hating her. They're hating her because they think that she's going to be too loud and aggressive and blah, blah, blah. And honestly, at the end of the day, I think it's misogynistic. They don't like a butcher woman who is endearing. I don't know. I really like Izzy. My worry is after seeing the audience reaction to Izzy, is she going to get that reaction in the house? Which is why she got debunked a little bit on my list. I know why Tyler said, ooh, Izzy would be best first choice, because if I were in this house, Izzy would be my best friend. I am also, Jackie, I'm with you. I love musicians. I'm a musician myself. I play clarinet.
Yeah, you know that music page.
Exactly. I'm sitting here and I got my clarinet right over there. I got my saxophone at home in the music studio. And I would absolutely, Izzy, is Izzy from New York? I think she is, right?
Yes.
Izzy and I'm sorry, I'm going to date Izzy when she gets out of the house. I'm here for it. Okay, well, I'm going to make Izzy break up with, no, just kidding. But I think that she is either going to go deep into the game. I think she has a lot to offer in terms of strategy and such, but I just don't understand. I think people are literally being haters. I really think that they're like, if this were a guy, then you would hate her, so we should hate her now. And I'm like, if she were a guy, I wouldn't hate her. I don't understand why people are going after her, except for I think it's honestly at the end of the day, just people's biases against more masculine presenting women and lesbians. I mean, honestly, I think that's what it is at the end of the day.
I love this pick, Jackie. Izzy was 5 on my list. And I get a smarter, better Brittini vibe from her, right? Like I get Brittini energy, but I
have not thought about the name Brittini in a long time. That's so funny.
Meanie.
I don't know. I think Izzy's a great pick. I
That's
think
right.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with Beth. I think she's going to be late game, and I think she can win challenges. Not only physical challenges, but if you're a musician at that level, you're smart.
Yeah.
Your memorization is some of the best that there is. Neither being she's not drinking vodka or gin. BB wants to know what Beth was drinking, vodka or gin.
Oh, that is a margarita, so it's tequila.
So no, I love the pick, Jackie. Tyler, I've been waiting for this. What do you think about?
So I feel like Big Brother Canada casts a lot more like butchier lesbians. I hope that's not like a derogatory term to say, right?
No,
I don't know. Okay, well,
I'm not offended,
I
I'm not a
always get
lesbian.
like emotionally invested in them because like a lot of my college friends were like on like lesbians on the rugby team, and like they're like I just like jive well with them. But I get like really invested in them in Big Brother, and then they just like once like the going gets tough, they just kind of like emotionally check out and act like they're like too cool for school. I'm talking about Carol. I'm talking about Tina Thistle. Tina Thistle was my winner pick for BB Can 9.
I think that was more because of their age. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you know
of
what
course.
I mean?
And like, but I was gonna say like for Big Brother US, we've had a recent winner who was like a more butcher lesbian in Casey. So if Izzy can get some, I want Izzy to find like the power alliance, and I want her to not be the one that's like steering the ship in that alliance at first. And then once the jury hits, I want her to like turn on her comp game, which is exactly what she described her strategy to be in her preseason interview. So I think that she's a new fan, but she has binged every season of Big Brother since January of this year, which like, good Lord, that is a lot of Big Brother. That is a lot of butt first. And so I don't know. I just hope that she plays it right. If she plays it right, she can do well. But I'm cautious to get emotionally invested because I've been scorned before in seasons past. Allison, what do you think?
Well, I love everyone in this room right now. I just want to say I love everyone. I was watching her interviews, and I was good with her, and I like her as a person, but I had to jump ship when I heard I'm a big fan of Big Brother, but honestly, I just started watching in January of 2023, but I've seen every season twice. No, you haven't watched every season twice.
I feel like that's physically impossible.
That's physically impossible.
Unless she has the time machine zapper
That's
thing.
a lot of downtime for a flautist. I don't know what goes on with playing the flute.
I think it could happen. If she's a working flautist, like she's going to be rehearsing and she's going to be performing and potentially taking lessons. I mean,
I don't know.
If she's doing nothing else, maybe. And I'll be honest, New York City's damn expensive right now. So I also would just be sitting my ass at home watching TV. I mean, Tyler can attest to this. We literally have to make plans like months in advance so that we can be like, hey, do you want to go out to a concert and maybe we'll get dinner beforehand? Yeah. Like, I don't know. I can see it.
She's using Allison's Paramount Plus login too.
That's what it is. Yes. Yeah. The $100 a month.
You know, I am a lover of music as well. You know, I played the trumpet in middle school.
Love it.
So I love music as well.
B-flat instruments.
I feel like her HOH will be the downfall of the season, and it'll be terrible.
Ooh,
I'm sorry. I feel like she's not going to know what to do. She's too nice. She's too sweet. I feel like if she makes any decisions, people are going to shit all over her. And I don't want to see that. And I don't like that. And I hope people are kind to her. And I just don't want to see that. That's just my personal, it's just how I feel. I feel like it's coming.
No,
Comment.
I think that where a lot of people are assuming, and this is what I actually really friggin' hate, is that they're like, well, clearly because she's more of a masked person, a woman, she's clearly gonna just pretend like she's in a women's alliance and go rat out to the guys. I'm like, have you met a lesbian?
No, I don't think
They
that's
hate
going to
men.
happen at all.
Yeah.
I'm just
No.
saying, I'm not
Have
judging
you
like off
met
that
a
at all.
woman who
I'm
loves
just-
women?
Yeah, I don't.
They
think
will
that-
they will feed all the wrong information to the men. If anything, they're going to be the first casualty of a all women's alliance because somebody like fucking Riley is going to be the one who goes to the guys, not because of her. So
Yeah.
I think people are doing a lot of weird projections onto her, and I'm
Mhm.
not here for it.
I'm
Yeah.
not doing any weird projections.
No,
onto
not
her.
you. I'm saying
Yeah,
just in general.
I just want to make that clear. I'm just saying, I'm just worried. I don't see any of that. I really like her. And it just like, if I were in the house, I'd be probably a little protective because I'd be like, you want her, you got to go through me.
Yeah,
I can see Bowie being protective.
Yeah.
totally.
Izzy like that
Yeah.
for sure.
Can I just say as a side note, I really feel like what the casting team did this season was really try to make sure that somebody would have somebody in the house.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I think before when they were just looking at archetypes or like how many followers people had, they were just kind of generally like whatever. But I think after like the entire fan base rallied behind Taylor last year, they realized we got to find people who we think would get along with at least one other person in the house. I
Mhm.
really feel like they took the time to consider that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is my last pick of the evening. I'm really happy with my draft team overall. As I like pick this third person, I feel like y'all are like a little more down on her than I am. So I am picking Riley for my last.
Have
pick.
that.
So so Tyler got the Andrew team this year, you know, with the blonde girl, the blonde guy. You know, I'm just saying.
Listen,
Check it out. It's like all
First
Home
of all-
Alone and shit. Look at that picture. She's
First
Home
of all,
Alone.
it's slim pickings at this point. Let's be real. But no,
There's,
I don't-
I think,
I
at
don't-
least two really good choices still.
I
on the board.
agree.
Thank you, Andrew.
I don't think Matt is going to do well. Like I know that's probably one of the picks that you're like referring to, and I'll save that. I'll save it for like when whoever picks them. But no, Riley, she's like her bio like makes her come across like she's like the ditzy like blonde girl, but I feel like America is going to be the ditzy gal in the house instead of Riley. And Riley, like she said in like the video interviews that like she grew up watching Big Brother her entire life with her family, and they like obsess over it every summer. And like that is a way different experience of Big Brother knowledge than somebody who binged every season in January of 2023. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like she gives me more like Haley Boucher from BB20 vibes. And everybody always says like if Haley was just a few years older, like she could be like a better player. And I believe Haley was like 21. You know, Riley's 24, so she's still on the younger side. But you know, I feel like there's a maturity difference in between 21 and 24 a little bit, right? And she's a bartender. That's a great like social job as well. She has the Tennessee
In the
connection.
Bachelorette capital of the world.
Yes. And she has the Tennessee connection. So like if she's not jiving with like the guys like showman's mode, like she can always like connect with Red and have like a built-in ally with him, which is really interesting. Actually, I think that could be really fun to watch the two of them have like a secret alliance together. I'm not down on Riley. I'm pretty thumbs up on her. So I'm glad to snag her here.
I think she's more of a Kat Dunn who's actually watched the game than she is a Haley Boucher.
Okay.
I think that she to me, she of all people feels the most like, here's the category of person we're missing from the cast. We need to have the attractive blonde young girl, right? And I do think that she's probably going to be pretty socially savvy if she's a bartender. I really do think that. But I also think they cast her to be in a relationship with somebody in the house. Like they cast her as the potential showman's person. And that typically, not always, typically works out worse for the woman than it does for the guy.
Mm.
So I'm nervous for her for those reasons. I also just kind of feel like, I don't know. I mean, she's she just kind of says like, I'm just going to swivel, and it not like specifically like what she's going to do with that information. I'm just kind of like, okay, give us a
Listen,
little
if
bit
her
more.
head can swivel 360, that is an impressive skill.
She's a fucking owl.
Andrew, I need the your take, since this is the blondie of the season.
So you've each named a blonde that you compare her to. I lean towards Beth's
Andrew and I are just on with each other
pick
tonight.
more
I'm
than
here.
that, but
Driving.
I'm gonna make a different blonde comparison. And we said that we think that we're going to have some different moments that are going to be relived with this season. And I see her reliving this moment of this person. She's going to get a second chance with a puzzle. And just like Caitlin Herman, who she reminds me of, she's going to fail at it. I
want that on my draft team. I support that.
I get very Caitlin Herman in the essence of like, you're right. They cast her as the showmance, but she's going to be jealous like she was with Haley and Fessy the entire time because she opens her mouth, and Luke, who I think they cast as her showmance, is with America instead. And I don't know. I don't like. I wasn't impressed. And you know me. That's my typical draft pick, and she was literally last on my list.
I love that Tyler.
Sorry, second to last.
Yeah, Tyler. Well, I guess they needed the stereotypical Barbie since that movie's big right now, and she fits that. I love that you have stereotypical Barbie and Ken in your draft, Tyler.
He is even wearing a Ken shirt.
Yeah, you've got Barbie and Ken.
I don't get Tyler's team.
Listen, my team is iconic, okay?
I like exactly one of your
ironic.
picks.
Listen, we can't argue with the results here.
Get out of here.
And you picked better last year.
We'll see.
I don't know. I feel like she's gonna be in a showmance and be dragged through and get cut by her showmance. It's always that girl, and she's that chick. I feel like she's gonna be that chick. She's Barbie.
Jackie, what do you think?
Honestly, I was impressed with her connection to the show. So she did give me feels. I agree with you, Beth. I feel like she didn't give me enough, which actually kind of had me not thinking about a blonde, because remember, I haven't watched as much as y'all, but it made me think about like how Angela was a little sneaky. So maybe because she's a student of the game, maybe she can kind of wow us with some real heart-wrenching things. I'm hoping that she doesn't get caught in the showmance. I do feel like she might be that cast, but hopefully she can make some maneuvers that really shock and awe us a little bit.
You had the final three someone. Jackie, I 1,000% agree with everything you just said.
Listen, it's slim pickings at this point. So Allison,
wait, time out. Can we dogpile on Tyler just for a little bit more?
That's fine. Go for it.
You're right. It's slim pickings at this point. You still went to the bottom of the barrel, right?
Like, no, please. There is bottomer of the barrel than Riley, for sure.
I would have taken Red before Riley any day of the week.
Yeah, same.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I just love that none of us have chosen the patriotic people, the America red or blue.
Which, to be fair, if there are teams, Beth, and they did blue and pink, they should have gone red and blue, and those are your team captains. Like, that should have been the teams of the season.
And if oh, never mind. I'm dumb. I was thinking like, okay, so I've been doing this joke in my head, and I think I tweeted it out once. I was like, it's too bad that they didn't cast Madeline Kahn as Mrs. White, as like the third, like red, white, blue. And I mean, she's dead, but like that was like the joke my entire time, is like a Clue reference. And so I've been sitting here, and then I was like, oh yeah. And if they did that, then they could put white on the red team, and then it's pink. And then I was like, wait, white doesn't exist.
Somebody hire Beth as a casting
Madeline
producer.
Kahn and Clue. Men should be like Kleenex, soft, strong, and disposable.
Flames
coming in the flames.
The side of my head.
Allison, let's get the flames to your next pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't care about anybody that's left. America Lopez, Red Lutley, Blue Kim, and Matt Klutz, whatever.
What is going on? This is why we normally limit our shows to an hour, ladies and gentlemen, and not.
Just throw caution to the wind here. You think Tyler's picks are bad. Hold my beer. I am going to throw caution to the wind, and I'm going to take Blue Kim.
Okay, Blue.
Ooh. I like how you went for two really loud, like, aesthetics personalities and then Cameron.
Yeah. We're going to serve it up.
I love it.
Let me tell you something. And I'm just going like, she only could answer 2 questions because she's an alternate. She's a last minute, and I'm all for it. Because we gotta love these people. She's a brand strategist, and her strategy going into the game. My strategy going into the game is lying about my job, so they don't know I'm a strategist, winning the competitions and playing a mean social game. Bitch, it doesn't matter what you do. You can be a brand strategist all day. Strategist. See? Not the brightest bulb, but I'm shining like a diamond right now. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. She's a strategist. Strategist. Fuck. She's a brand strategist. Who cares? What are you lying about? Nobody cares. I'm so sick of this shit.
Because the name strategy is like, and I'm like, oh, well, you have to think about how to work through problems. No other job does that.
I don't know. You work in marketing? Oh, shit. I mean, it does not sound intimidating. It's like I said before. I'm going to walk in that house and be like, I answer the phone for a gutter company and I balance the books, bitch. I am a threat through and through. So don't fuck with me.
Don't fuck with me, fellas.
Don't. And I mean that. So, I don't know. I just feel like she's going to ruffle some. I don't think Blue is going to know what the fuck is going on. She's the last minute. She's going to walk in and she could make it far. This is how this is going to go. She's either going to make it really far. She's going to either be a pawn or she's going to be gone the first week. I don't know. But
basically, Allison just said Blue Kim's going to get 1 through 16 is her prediction.
My prediction is she's going to be 1 through 16. That's my strategist brain. Strategist brain.
Strategery.
She's giving like Isabella from BB21 to me. Like I think we're just gonna have like a Hot Mess Express pre-jury flame out here. We didn't get much from her bio, so
I'll say this though: most people were, myself included, were really high on Bella in the preseason.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she was the biggest flop. Not a lot of people are really big on Blue, so she could have the opposite. It could be like.
Girl,
I loved Bella in game.
Okay, so Andrew, this is where we're finally disagreeing tonight.
Andrew, what are your thoughts on Blue?
I have none. I think she's
it's a big question mark. Yeah,
I think she's a waste of a cast.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
I want to know who she replaced because.
Who was not available? Who screwed up so bad?
Who got COVID?
Who got COVID? What happened?
Was it Stephen Dangle?
Was it Christine?
Red Kim got COVID, and so we got stuck with Blue Kim.
Blue Kim.
Jackie, any thoughts on Blue before we move on?
No, I got nothing.
Okay. All right. Well, Beth, go ahead and give us your last pick of the night.
I'm trying to decide if I want to be good to Andrew or not because I like
don't
2 of the 3 picks left over, and I think he does too. But I'm.
If there's one you leave, I would have gotten my 1, 2, 3.
Look, it's up.
I'm really just struggling. Okay, so it's very clearly between America and Matt at this point, right?
Both I cannot believe are sitting here.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I really am with you. I think I'm gonna. I think I'm going to do something predictable for me and go for America and give you Matt. I think I really do think Matt is going to be really incredible. And we'll talk about him in a second. But there's just something about, like, I really think casting will have tried to redeem themselves so much for the women that they cast last season. And I really think that America is a step in the right direction. I really think that she has a lot of what we want to see as somebody who is pretty much a lifelong fan of this game. And she's watched it a lot. I think that she understands what her casting profile is, right? And I think that she's going to be somebody who will make it to the middle end of the game, no problem. I think that she could be like a Rachel from BB20 for me, you know, somebody who is the first of like the Popular Kids Alliance to go. I could see her do that. But I also could see her making connections with a lot of people here. She seems bubbly to me. I think that you don't necessarily vote out somebody who's nice. You vote out the people who are annoying first. She's not going to be that person. And I think by the time week 2 comes along, she will have integrated herself really well into multiple alliances, not just one. But that's my feelings on America.
I agree. I can't believe that she is the second to last pick. I think she's going to be likable. I think she's going to be, I get a better version of Danielle from Dan, the coach's season, right? Like, I think she is a smarter Danielle.
I disagree completely, y'all. Like, on paper, like her bio like sounds like it's good, but her video, like interview questions, like she just seems really like loud and like immature, and like I feel like she's gonna get on people's nerves.
So you think she's a Raven?
Yes, I do.
Or an Alex.
Not as bad as Raven, but like a watered down version of her. I don't know. Like there's just like a loose.
And you know what? Raven made it pretty far into the game.
Woof woof. She sure did.
Woof woof.
She just got married, by the way, like literally last week.
I saw that. Yeah, her wedding photos are great.
They were beautiful.
Do you think she's going to lie about the fact that she's a medical receptionist? Because, you know, that would show a lot of patience. That you're willing to take a lot of shit.
Was that a joke, or did I just insert a joke?
That was great.
You inserted a joke. But I would just say that, like, she's a medical receptionist, and she is patient,
We should go on the road.
and she's like, you know, can take a lot of shit because, you know, that your insurance doesn't cover this. You get yelled at by people. That's a lot. Is she gonna lie about it? Is she gonna lie about it? I need to know.
I need to know.
I need to know.
Jackie, any thoughts on America?
No, I agree with everything that's been said from you, Tyler. I don't
Thank you.
When have me and Beth ever been on the same page as much about a cast
Right?
as
This is
this cast?
I'm
right
just
here?
saying, this is what dreams are made of, right? Like Andrew and I can be from two very different worlds in the ideas that we have when it comes to these games. And yeah, well, Texas and New York very different.
I was told there was a lot.
Okay, whatever. But I love
This is
Mark
why we
is
don't
hitting.
go past an hour, ladies and gentlemen.
the mark's hitting. But I love that, like, first of all, Andrew has a much more encyclopedic knowledge, as does, you know, like Tyler and Allison for sure. I'm not sure, Jackie, because I was not covering last season. If you've watched, I have not. I started watching a BB16 and then watched a couple other older seasons before that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
okay,
Same.
there we go. Jackie and I are on the same page too. But this cast, this is why I love it, because people like Andrew and myself can come together and be like, you see this person? And we're on the same page. I love that.
There you go.
The way America kept saying, Julie Chan.
Julie Chan.
Julie Chan.
As I go into the last pick here, I again, the fact that people like Izzy and America and Matt are on the bottom row is just flabbergasting to me. I don't get it, but I am gonna go Matt. And I got my 1, 2, 3. The fact that the guy that literally said I can read lips from over a mile away is the last pick of this draft. The
It's
guy
incredible.
that is a gold medalist, so he can also win competitions. I don't get it. I think he is going to have.
Andrew, he's trying to get on the challenge. Come on.
I think he could have been cast on the challenge in a fresh meat season. Like, this guy's reality gold, right?
But he had to
Like,
do this one first.
He has an issue. He has the depth that going for him that I think is going to just be able to connect to a lot of different people. Kind of like Jackie talked about with the Survivor kind of aspect from I just went blank of her name from Felicia, and how Jackie went with that. He's going to have this as as something. Talk about a hurdle in life. Talk about being able to overcome something. And Kim Mattina made a great point to me too. He's probably got an implant, is what she thinks. And if that's the case, how good can he hear now?
Yeah, I was curious. How deaf is he? I was just kind of
because Kim Mattina, when I was talking to her earlier, was like, he probably has a cochlear implant. And if that's the case, he can probably hear like a room over. Like, he can hear better than regular people. I don't know. The fact that this guy is number 15 in our draft, and I'm ready for Tyler to rip him to shreds because he's edging and waiting to do it.
I'm next after him.
Well, before you rip into him too much, I'm in total agreement, Andrew. I think what my issue is going to be with him is that I think he's going to be relying so heavily on the lip reading thing that he's also not going to be good personality back to an alliance person. Does that make sense? Like, he's going to be focusing so much on one part of his strategy, other parts falter, which I think is both a product of his disability and also like in how he's been socialized, but also like a necessity for himself in the game. He's going to have to work harder in some capacities. But like you said, Andrew, it might be easier for him as well. It's going to be told. I do want to just take a step back because I think it's a very natural question, but I don't think we should be thinking, well, how deaf really is he? Because it's like saying, well, like how like, much can you not walk? And like those other things. If you start thinking about it with other disabilities, it starts to come across like, I don't know, like we're not questioning, but we're kind of being like, well, how disabled are you? And that's
judging the validity of it.
Yeah. And it comes across that way. And I'm not saying that that's what the intentions were or anything here. It's just something I've seen online. And I've seen a lot of people within the deaf and hard of hearing community be like, I think we need to just take a step back and realize that we will probably figure out. Matt will probably say so. And if not, that is just a curiosity that we should not question out loud because it does have that almost invalidation that goes with it. Again, that's not saying that that's what we were doing or the intentions here. I'm just reading what a lot of hard of hearing and deaf.
Well, I think like asking that question is like within context of the game, right? Like, how much will this hinder his ability to be present in like a big like group conversation,
right?
That's
different than saying like, well, how deaf is he? Can he hear a room over because of a cochlear implant? Can he is he so hard of hearing he can't hear anything at all? Like,
yeah, I feel you.
That's a little different. That's like, hey, Beth, you have Crohn's. Are you getting infusions? How often do you have like uncontrollable bowel movements? Like, is that going to affect your ability to go out and have fun? Like, it's the kind of that level. It's not extreme like that, but it can come across that level to some people.
Yeah.
From what I've read.
So for Matt, okay. First of all, like I think about like Christie's performance in Survivor Amazon being like the first deaf person to play Survivor. And I feel like she was really focused on like comps and like had like an old school mentality of the game. And that has nothing to do with her being deaf, of course, but like ironically, it's the same vibe that I get for Matt. Like, I feel like he's going to be, how like some Big Brother players and Survivor players, like they kind of like don't understand that there's like a strategy component of the game, and they are really just like whoever won the most comps gets my vote at the end kind of thing. I feel like that is Matt's MO in this game. So I just don't think that there's like he gives me Tyler Crispin energy without the strategy. And Tyler had great strategy, and that's what like got him as far as he did. But I just don't see that strategic component like pretty much at all here with Matt. So I worry about like him just having a very simple outlook on like the game and where it's going, and I could just see him missing a lot of things because he's not thinking strategically enough. That's my hang up with him. I think it's like, of course, like him being able to lip read is like an amazing ability in this game, but I worry he won't know how to like use that to his greatest advantage. Allison, what do you think? You said you were after
I
me.
have no opinion on him. Next.
Okay. Well, that's it. No, Jackie, did you have any last thoughts on that?
No, but I totally, Beth, I totally agree with what you're saying. And it was the same, I don't know if this channel did it, but it was the same kind of conversation that people were having about Noelle on season 43 of Survivor. Like, I think the whole point is to have some form of representation. So then that way we're not questioning, oh, well, how will this limit this person's ability to be able to play this game? Or, what enhancements does that give them for playing this game or anything like that? So thank you for speaking up, Beth. I didn't even know that the conversations were like that when it was coming to him. Honestly, his hearing ability or inability isn't anything that I'm focused on. It's more of what is he going to be able to do to navigate through that? When he said that he could read lips at the end of or at one of his sound bites that I saw, I was like, okay, that's great that you'll be able to read lips, but you're going to be focusing on reading this person's lips when there's a conversation that's going on 3 meters away from you that you need to be paying attention to. So let's not worry about your, the sight. Let's really keep if you can, pay attention to keep your ear to the ground, no pun intended, but listen to what's happening around you and how you'll be able to navigate through that socially. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up on what's happening, in the other conversations.
Yeah, no problem. And again, I think it's absolutely valid. We have to talk about his disability and such. That's inherently part of it. So I think that talking about what are going to be the positives and the drawbacks of it, that's absolutely fair game.
All right. Well, that leaves us with Red. So Red is going to be the patron draft here. I'm just putting him right in the middle for us to talk about him for a second, just to give him his red roses, if you will. Allison, he is from Tennessee, so he's from Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Gatlinburg. You gotta
give me the scoop. Is he more of a cornbread or a Donnie or a Frenchie? Like, tell me everything else.
I think he's kind of. I think he's like a Donnie and who are the other options? Cornbread and who?
Cornbread and Frenchie.
I'd say Frenchie and no. I'll be honest with you. I think he's kind of his own thing. I mean, I don't see him saying "fuck y'all" when he's getting walking out the door or anything
that
like
was
that.
So iconic.
I think Donnie's a little. I'd say Donnie would probably be the one he's the closest to, but other than that, I just think it's another one of those that had me going until I heard I've seen some seasons. I've seen some of the show. I've seen a little bit. I used to watch it in the beginning, and then I don't watch it no more, and then I'm outside. Great. I'm so glad you got cast as a clueless redneck, and I didn't.
That's why he's clueless, because he hasn't seen everything.
Yeah. So it's like I just... but I don't know. I think that, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, half of it burned to the ground years ago and had to be rebuilt. That's a big tourist trap. I mean, it's very popular, and it burned down. I went there for my honeymoon 22 years ago. So, it's beautiful. It's the mountains. It's like the Smokies of Tennessee. And
she didn't get red.
No, she didn't get red.
No, and it burned down and had to be rebuilt, and that was a very big hit, especially for a touristy place like that. So, who knows? We'll see.
Any-
Don't
anybody
sleep
have
on him,
thoughts?
though. I just don't sleep
Don't
on him.
sleep on Derek F. Don't sleep on
Nope.
Red.
No.
I
No,
don't.
I don't.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Beth.
I was just gonna say I don't think that he's like first to go or anything like that. But I could see him having a harder time relating to some of the people in the cast. That's kind of where I'm coming from. And I could see like him being used as a pawn a lot. I could see him being the pawn that people actually really don't care if he goes home versus someone like Corey. I think that they might be like, you know what, we keep Corey around as a pawn, so we wanted to have him up in riskier situations potentially. Red, that is.
All right.
I think with Red,
Sorry.
no, you're good. I think with Red, the reason I didn't pick him, it's not that I don't like him. I think he is the biggest wild card in the cast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard to
and
predict.
Sure.
I think that he's either going to be an early boot or a deep game, and there's not going to be any in between. So I could see him and Felicia connecting very quickly if the personality's there, and if I think that connection comes on, it's going to be an interesting one. But I don't know. But that was my scare of him. It's not that I think he's a bad pick. I don't think he was the worst pick. I would have put Blue Kim and Riley and probably Luke way below him. But I just, he's too wild card for me. And the fact that he has no Big Brother knowledge made it even worse.
Yeah. Jackie, any thoughts?
I definitely would have picked him if we would have had a fourth person. I'm hoping that we get some little bits of like the little Jasmine sound bites from him. I just want him warm and fuzzy. I want to hear him talk about, somebody's warmer than a possum pie or something. Only because I feel like he fits that typecast or but yeah, he would have been my fourth pick for sure.
Yeah.
He's if Rupert and a hillbilly came together.
That's a good yeah, I could see that. All right, well, I will update the draft to have like a little line below that says like red is for the patrons, just so his picture is like on the draft for the official photo of it all. But there you guys go. There's our draft. Feeling good about our teams. I think pretty good picks overall. So that is our draft. So we will be back on tomorrow. After the premiere. I cannot believe we are here already. I'm so excited, you guys. And now we are like drafting everything. So it is officially Big Brother season. Big Brother 25. It's going to be the best season ever. I'm feeling it. It's going to be good. And I can't wait to cover it with all of you guys.
Yes.
All right. Well, everybody, we'll see you guys back tomorrow night. Take care and have a good one. Bye.